Steve Juul, how are you, brother? I appreciate you coming on here to talk to the people out here trying to find out if we're full of it in this program, or is this BS, or what is this? I appreciate you coming on here to talk a little bit about your story, dealing with Fit Dad Syndicate. And it's been a pleasure getting to know you. I know you're still in the program, but just your demeanor, the way you are. My wife always listens to this stuff from the background, and she can hear, and she loves when you get on because you're just the demeanor of who you are. She loves it. So I just want to thank you for that. And I know when you and I chatted first, you had some serious issues going on. You had some things that were not okay. And I know that, you're married, first of all, to Tamara for 30 years. So you got a beautiful family. I know you have twin boys, a boy and a girl, actually twins, a boy and a girl. And you also have, and the son's a civil engineer, correct? And so you have a beautiful family. You own a Ford dealership. Your dad was something, so this is a generational business. You've been doing this for a lot of years. And I know that when you and I chatted, you had some really serious issues where your office manager had died. There were some serious issues, other issues we're not going to get into, but he died. And also your dad had passed. So there was some mortality issues in front of you. And I know that talking to you. And I know, you're 55 years old, you're 5'11". I know at the time we talked, you were 247. You were not happy about that at all. And you had a lot of things going on that were not okay the way you felt. So maybe you can share, what were some of the things you were struggling with prior to coming into Fit Dad Syndicate, for the whole reason you actually were looking for us and found us and decided to do this?
I tried it all. I did everything. Huh? I did the pills. I did my workouts on my own. I did the keto. Let me tell you, I did it all. And I was fat. And Chuck, I mean, I would just walk down the stairs at the dealership with you on the computer. And I used to walk up one flight of stairs, one story. I got winded. That's bad. Right.
Wow.
So we had that conversation where, right, from a Christian sense, but I couldn't live anymore. I didn't know how to live. Right. I was at a crossroads. And I remember you asking me why, because I had to learn live to live again. Right. My dad had died. My office manager had died. I've gone through 8 years of trials and tribulations and in blessings, but I couldn't live anymore. Right. And until I learned how to live, it was going to be hard to live, right, on my day to day, because I was never going to be able to maximize what he had in store for me. And I'll never forget it, because you asked me that question in my answer. 145 over 95 on blood pressure medication, on BP medication. My blood pressure being tested for life insurance, 117 over 72. Resting pulse was almost 100.
Wow.
Resting pulse now, 62.
Dude, that's nuts, man. That's freaking awesome. How do you feel? How do you feel with some of the other issues, like the energy issues and all the things that you were just kind of getting dragged down and bogged down with? How do you feel?
I don't have any energy. I can't make it up. So I would tell my wife, why would you buy these mattresses? They're terrible. They're just awful. They don't, so my back hurts and this and that. Just terrible. Well, guess what? It wasn't the mattress. It was this guy.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
my,
When you
my cousin asked me, I was in Florida. My cousin goes, hey, what are you doing? Where'd all the energy come from? I said, oh, come on. I said, I can live again. So every day it's an absolute gas. It is so much fun, right? And I can live. I can do the things I want to do. I can work out, I can walk, I can this, I can that. I don't have any limitations. And I had a list of limitations before that I couldn't do, right? I wouldn't even have attempted of doing. Not now. Just awesome. I got my challenges, but not now.
When you mentioned just now, as far as the litany of things you tried before, which the whole world has. The whole world's lost weight, the whole world's fat, because the way they get to their goal is an event. It's not a lifestyle thing. So, when you first heard and met me. And I know there's all kinds of things going through people's heads about all the things they tried. The fitness industry sucks. What were some of the concerns you had before deciding to join Fit Dad Syndicate about the fitness
Just
industry?
another, right? Was it just another quick trip, right? Would it be just another quick trip? Like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to lose a little bit of weight and then it's just going to plateau. And then I was going to, and I'm still in the program, right? Which is just awesome. And then when I get out of the program, I would be like any other thing, my weight would go right back up. That was my biggest concern, right? Was it going to be another, just another thing, right? But it was different because when I mean, I told you this, right? When I was laying in bed and I'm looking at this and I'm going, huh, wow, if that guy can do it, who we know who that guy is,
Yep.
right? If he can do it, Big Red can do it because I'm not as big anymore.
Do they call you Big Red because you're not Big Red anymore? You know what? It's funny. Big Daddy's still Big Daddy with Matt. So you know what? They still call him that.
Yeah.
That's funny. You know, you mentioned a few specifics about like blood pressure numbers and stuff. So maybe you can share with people what were some of your specific results? Because people want to hear, like, okay, so how fat were you? What did you do? Like, what are the results and what are you noticing?
So my blood pressure was 145 over 95, 117 over 72, resting pulse 62, 65. Waist size, pants. So I was in a 30, I was a like, remember those Sanzabel pants, the elastic? Uh-huh. So I was a 38 Sanzabel. So let's say give me another couple more. So I was a 38. So the jeans I'm wearing today, they're a 33. It froze.
It's okay. Let's
You
keep.
there?
Hey, if it froze, hey, you guys stick around, man. He's going to finish the story. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
I don't know if it
So
froze or
so
not. I can
anyways,
tell. It seemed like it froze.
yeah, it did. So anyhow, so I my clothes, it was all my clothes were two XLs. Hefty, right? This is a large, right? And I'm 200 pounds. So you can't, my life has changed completely. My body's changed. My attitude has changed, right? And all my results have changed. Everything. It's no joke.
Awesome. You know, the
It
more
is no joke.
here's the more important question. Okay. Anybody has lost weight. The whole world's lost weight. Okay. But is this something you think you can maintain and do based on the knowledge you understand and how you got to your goal for the rest of your life? Could you do this for the rest of your life?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because I'm living it today. Right. So, right. We all have, yeah. I mean, every day, 7 days a week.
Not sure if he's frozen. If he's frozen, hang tight because you want to hear from Steve.
Internet spotty today. There you go.
We'll see. We'll
Sorry
see.
about that. And people see me, right? So can I do it? Yeah, because for people who couldn't do it before, I'm a shining light. Because if Big Red can do it, they can do it,
Yeah.
right? Because I tried everything and they knew it, right? Nobody had the heart to look at me and say, golly, you are fat. But if I can do it, they can do it. And it's no magic, right? And what I love about the program, it's just great work, right? It's great work, right? And it's something we can do the rest of our lives.
So when you hit 80, when you hit 90, you think you can maintain what you've learned here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, I get called hot hubby now. I'm
That's
gonna get called hot hobby, just so you know, at 80.
exactly. How about 100?
I wasn't hot hobby before.
That's
Yeah.
all.
At 100, I'm gonna be hot hobby.
Well,
Yeah.
Steve, a lot of
So
people,
cool.
a lot of people sitting on this call, like they're still they're like, you know what? I don't know about this. What would you say to the person that's sitting on the fence, kind of deciphering, looking through these, kind of perusing through all the testimonials? Are these real? Are these scripted? What would you say to that person sitting on the fence that has a problem, that needs to fix it, that's cynical? And I get it. I get why they're cynical. What would you say to them?
Well, I did it all. I'm in retail. I'm the ultimate sitter on the fence, right? And it's all about jumping right in, because everything else, and really I did it, right? I mean, this isn't some pro, right? This is an average guy that was 251 pounds with a 40-inch waist from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, right? That had just had it, right? He couldn't live anymore, right? And I think that's for a lot of us, that we don't have a plan, right? We don't have a plan that is sustainable, as you've always said. We don't have a mentor, right? That keeps us in check and keeps us honest, not only with our mentor, but with ourselves, right? And on the other side, then with our faith, right? It's just a constant evolution of our faith, that we take care of this for him, right? And for me, that's the greatest thing, because then I can be available to hear everybody at work, and then be available to people in the community, right? I'm only 56 now. I got a lot of rubber on the tread, right? My tires are new.
Yeah.
But if you always sit and don't jump in, you'll never get there, right? I always tell people, you got to start somewhere. Why not start? The only thing you have to lose is the weight, and anything you have to gain is your life back. I got it all, every bit.
But it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and it's just been a blessing for us with this community, because it's a pretty cool community where you get to know people kind of long term. You know what I mean? It's just, and there's a lot of, it's hard to find a bunch of guys trying to become better husbands, Christians, business people, have better bodies. That's a hard group of guys to find. So I'm very honored to, have had Matt and you, to lead you through this process, and to have you as part of the community. And if anybody wants to have a conversation a little bit more in depth, we're not here to sell you something, but we do want you to vet the process, see if it's right for you, especially if you're dealing with some stuff. So above here, below here, there's a link. You can book a call with me, and we'll go through and you can see if it resonates. And Steve, such a pleasure. And you're not done yet, brother. Just remember, you ain't done yet. So you're doing awesome, and I appreciate it. 50 is an amazing thing. So thank you so much for getting on here and sharing what your journey's been so far.
Brother, love you. You know that.
I love you too, bro. See you.